Welcome, everybody. I am Herrin, the founder and CEO of S&D Social Retail, all of our brands, and I'm so excited you took your Saturday to turn out. You are awesome, so thank you for being here. And you probably were like, I got here so fast.
Yes.
The traffic on Saturday, it's so nice. Well, I want to kick us off today. You're in for, all of our guests this morning to mingle, to look at our gorgeous product for Stella & Dot, our fashion brand, simple way to be stylish, for Ever Skincare, our Allure Best of Beauty winning Clinical, which means clinical results at all clean products, ingredients good for you, and Keep Collective, our sentimental charm-based line over there that's amazing. You can see all the holiday. Look at the products, have fun, because no doubt, one of the things that's amazing about us is that we make beautiful things that are all quality guaranteed, well-priced, socially and consciously produced, and have fun and play with the products. And then for this morning, we're going to chat about our mission and our vision and what we're about to do next, because it's a very exciting time. And then we're going to go into, for anyone who's curious and wants to stay as a brand ambassador, we're doing a training. One of the biggest things we do as a community, our mission, I'll skip to the chase, is to help women and a few good men learn and earn on their own terms. And we know that a gig or a link is not enough. It has to be where you're surrounded in an uplifting community, where you have free access to online courses and meetups and gatherings where you can show up ideas and network with other like-minded people who want to grow. And so that's what you're here for today. You're going to get a lot of amazing training from people who've been there and done that. But the other thing you're going to get is to know each other. So can you just take a minute and look at the person next to you? If she's a stranger, don't freak out. It's okay to have eye contact. And look at her and say, you are amazing. You are amazing. Now look at her and say, I am a genius. You should learn from me. You should learn from me. Okay. Because truly coming together, it isn't about like everybody knowing everything, but it's about everybody being diverse and having something to contribute, and collectively, we are better together. And we're better together as a diverse group of people that have experiences and ideas and talents and goals to share. And we're better together as brands in a new vision that we're calling social retail. So I'm so excited to be here with you today, actually for the first time. Like, this is pre-launch. We're considering October 1, our official pre-launch phase, and Jan 2020 as a take the world by storm, new introduction of an innovative business model, first to market, around a social retail platform. So I'll describe, what is that? Is it a word we made up? It is. But it is also, it's really the ultimate side hustle. It's the ultimate way to share what you authentically love with people who trust you and earn on your own terms. And the difference is that it's one powerful platform that powers an e-commerce site that gives you incredible, shoppable, social sharing tools. Like, you will see some of that today that's amazing. It gives you point of sale technology so that you can do pop-ups. And in that one easy platform, you can merch your shop any way you want across all of our award-winning brands and even pop-in partners, which we've already begun to collaborate with. And you're going to be incredibly blown away and excited by that opportunity. And this becomes you do you, the ultimate power of choice. Like, option value, it's a thing. Why would you not, when enabled by technology, have the ability to, you decide what you promote, you decide how you sell, when you work, what your goals are, but why not have, for one simple enrollment and price, the option to earn on more? And the option to redeem all the extra perks on more, right? So I'm going to get into the model, but I want to just really say that all the technology and the platform in the world really doesn't matter without brands and real customer value creation. And so all of what we do that I'm so proud of is you're going to see that these are very much 3 distinct and real brands. And they're going to be stronger and more relevant and still live on their own more so than ever. And I often make this analogy, like if you think about the biggest companies in the world, like Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, like I think it is, maybe I'll get the wrong one, I think it's Procter & Gamble. Like they own the art of shaving. They also own Pantene. Yeah. Okay, so this is like removal of men's hair and barber salons. And then the addition of glossy hair for women, and you don't think of them as the same item for the same customer, but the same company owns them, and they're leveraging things like a distribution center and a sales network of common training in certain places. But it doesn't mean that brand management and authentic product development lessons in that type of world, it actually amplifies. So I know one of the things you think of it as a jewelry company and a skincare company, like, are they less valid together? Like, no. How they come together in this model is not even just our brands, but other brands. Because they're leveraging a platform. Because we've always been more of a mission and a movement than we've been a company. We've always been about people and a way to invent and earn than we've been about a particular product category. Now, we believe to serve the people, you better win in product. Because we want to deserve the sale, the repeat, and the referral, because that's smart business. But we've been about a platform all along, the community and a movement all along, and you're going to see us getting there more so than ever in a modern and relevant way. Right? Our real goal is that our passion is helping you find yours, helping you have choice, the power of choice. And that is so important to me. And of course, we are proud of anybody being able to work on this platform, but I really started this. I was actually pregnant with my first child, and my first unpaid employee is sitting in the front row. It's my dad, Larry. He actually was just about to retire, and this is true love, like this is parent love. He was just about to retire from his career as a software engineer, and instead of retiring, I was like, Dad, can you help me make this website and code our payment system for helping people earn when they shop this website? And he was like, okay. And then suddenly, he's like working 70 hours a week again, for me and doing this. So this has definitely been a family affair. I had, 3 generations, one in the belly, one no longer retired grandpa. And that's how we started, out of a living room with a crazy dream. The context for that was, I'd been an entrepreneur before, and I dropped out of Stanford Business School and co-founded a company that did a lot of twists and turns. It started as Della and James, then it merged with Wedding Channel, then it sold to The Knot. And that was a business that was absolutely started with the head. Meaning, it was, where's a large market? How would technology change it? How do you disrupt it? And how do you go and go make a sale and raise capital and do all those things? And it was successful. It aggregated gift registries and put software into retailers' hands. And that experience was so profound for me in a couple of really significant ways. One, I realized that if you've been an incumbent in an industry, a part of you falls asleep. The part of your innovation ability goes dormant. Because we'd walk in as a 24-year-old who knew nothing, right? Really nothing, but was kind of too naive to realize I didn't know anything. And we went into all these retailers, and if you, at that time, if you wanted to learn about technology, you kind of needed to let a 24-year-old in the door who was in the technology industry and ask them what's up about e-commerce and learning about a new world of behavior. And so we were so fortunate to get to go talk to the CEOs of all the major retailers in the US. And whether it was Federated Department Stores, which is Macy's, Bloomingdale's, May Company, Dillard's, Crate & Barrel, Williams-Sonoma, Tiffany's, all of them. Their first fear was, well, we can't do e-commerce because it will cannibalize mall traffic and that will be bad for business. And if you look at it the other way, you're like, you can't not do e-commerce because it's happening. You're either in it or you're out, but I'm 100% sure that it's happening. And they're like, no, we can't integrate systems because it's too hard. Our systems are too old. You can't market that. It would be too hard. And we just, at that point, you just have this like, no, I don't think so. Just watch. We're going to go do that. Yes, you can. Watch. Yes, you can. Things are going to change for the better. That's called innovation. Let's do it. And somehow that business came to life. It still exists. It's the largest wedding company in the world. And there it is because we refuse to stay in stasis and think that the world around you isn't going to change and that you don't have to change with it. But the other key thing I learned about that business experience was I was a young woman doing this, and it was amazing, and I felt great that it was commercially successful, but we had this really amazing experience of being on Oprah. And then after that, all these people reached out. It was very Oprah-ized, like, oh, she has a passion for shopping, therefore she started this business. And I was like, that's not, like, give me a little credit, like, give us some credit. It wasn't because I liked shopping that we did this business, right? It was, but that's what it was. It felt very light, very easy to do this. Like, it wasn't the truth. It looked good on TV, but it wasn't like, okay, she worked 70 hours a week, she got a specialized education, she raised venture capital, this was really hard to do, and she's got leases and employees, and so all these people called and like, I want advice, I want that American dream, what should I do? And I'm like, okay, well, let me just tell you something, don't do this, because the American dream is actually a nightmare. Yeah. And if you look at my life and my sleep patterns and how I eat, like every meal at a desk, 7 days a week, I actually got married at that time and like faxed, because you did that in that day, the order for my wedding cake, and like didn't go on a honeymoon after, ironically, because I was it was a business that ran me versus me running it. And that is not what people want. When you ask women what they want, they think of running a way, like starting something, a gig, as a way to earn, as a way to have more flexibility in life, as a way to have a passion. And I'm kind of an intense person, so I like that. But as my sister said to me, look, you're the one that's weird, right? Sibling love. Like, don't expect other people to want to do what you do. You're a little bit weird. And that's true. I've always been a very intense person. And I thought about, I don't have a good answer to this question. Like, what is it that you should do? And I became really curious at that time and thought, well, what would be better and different is if there was a platform where all the things that daunt female entrepreneurship, because there's a giant gap in women that start businesses that get over a certain scale than men, it is because they're the primary caregiver, so they don't have a lot of time, because they have another unpaid job already. It's because they are more conservative, because they have so much to care for. They don't want to, or they're worried about the amount of money it costs, the specialized skills it costs, and all the risks. I'm like, well, what if we could de-risk it? What if you could come up with an easy button on an extra way to earn on your own terms, flexible, and make it amazing, make it supportive, all the things that are wrong, like what's broken for the consumer, how do you fix it? Like, that's the basics of entrepreneurship in a business. What's broken, how would you fix it? And don't assume that just because somebody else says that's not a good idea, that it actually, just keep going, just keep iterating. And so that's what we did. And we created, as a family affair, out of the living room, Stella and Dot. And it wasn't about the direct sales industry, because I always thought of that as kind of a crazy pyramid scheme, honestly, like putting inventory in someone's closet and calling out a business when it's actually debt on their credit card and not sales to customers. And that scares a lot of people, as it should. But hold on, what if you just direct ship to customer with free returns? How is that even, and forbid inventory carrying? Well, that ick is gone. What if you don't pay people for just enrolling other discount buyers? You prohibit that. It's only based on success and coaching, right? So all the things that people were afraid of, we just sort of de-icked that and got rid of that and made it just not even a factor. And that was 10 years ago, and it was amazing. And 500 million of choices have been made because of the commission paid and earned by the tens of thousands of people that came on to our social selling vision and worked with one of our brands as a specialist in that area, or a designer with Keep, a stylist with Stella and Dot, an Ever skincare specialist, taking their product passion and bringing it to market in a really meaningful, personal, service-oriented way. Because we're not about spam. Like, you don't just get customers because they like you. We don't want that. We're not that kind of girl. We want customers because the product is amazing. It's going to make their life better. It's got great value. They can trust in it. It's ethical, it's original, it does what it says it's going to do, and the way that it's being given to you through an independent person is the product is enhanced, either by demonstration, authentic recommendation, and so because of that, we've had an amazing journey over the last 10 years. But I started to ask myself, why is it not as resonant today? Because you've seen in general this industry called social selling starting to soften, and not just with our brands, but everywhere. And so there's been all these theories, right? That there are theories that, well, corporate America is more flexible. The gig economy creates other options. We're at full employment now, so women don't need the money. Isn't that great? And I'm like, maybe, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, if you're mission driven, which we are, we're like all mission all the time. You can see it painted on every wall. So it's like our true goal is economic independence of women, freedom of choice. Like, I want all women to have the get your hand off my knee money. Right? That, no, I don't like that, I'm out money. It's just that, and if you can do that for a woman in society, you lift up her children, you lift up her community, you lift up the world. Right. So what we're doing is incredibly profound, right? That is why when anyone enrolls, with any of our brands, we donate $50 to Dress for Success. Because it's not just about us and our priorities, it is about recognizing that if you want a more equal and better society, you have to lift women up. Because when she has the power of choice, it lifts up her children, her community, and the world. So that's our goal. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe they're lifted. Maybe that's good. Mission check. Moving on, right? Like if people are good, then you don't need to worry about this. And like, you know, maybe we can chill. And then I looked around though, and I studied economics, so I'm a total like lover of reading all kinds of research on this. And when I looked at the problem, is there a problem? And the thing I realized is, oh my gosh, the problem's worse than when we started. And here's why. Women are dramatically underserved today. Mm-hmm. And here's a few things, key stats that you need to realize. Even though we started getting education in equal number to men right about the time I graduated from school, the cost of public education has doubled since the mid-90s. So and federal funding has reduced. Yeah. So all those women went into the workforce at a time when there was a great recession. They had wage stagnation, which research shows stays with you throughout the course of your career, and they have more debt than they've had before. That is why, if you were in a millennial generation, and I don't like to use those terms to put people in a bucket, but just from an economic perspective, the state of women in the world, women in that bucket have dramatically less wealth, 40% less wealth than the women before them. They don't believe they'll ever be able to retire. So you know what they do? They don't save for retirement. And guess what? Here's the thing. You think people call direct sales a pyramid scheme, and frankly, in many places it is. Not here, never here, but in other places it is. What is actually the pyramid is the Social Security system. Because millennials who are not saving, they're going to retire when Social Security starts paying 79 cents on the dollar and then continues to decline. And yet we're going to live longer, and women outlive men. Like, this is a problem. So I will get off my soapbox and get back to talking about fun and earning. But I gotta tell you, it fired me up. I'm like, oh no. The mission remains. The solution must change. Yes. Everyone thinks the gig economy is so awesome. Do you know that 50% of millennials have a gig? 37% of Americans have a side hustle. And it sounds like all awesome and freelancing, and isn't that great? And you can be like a graphic designer from home. Let me break it down for you. If you look at the numbers, by the numbers, women, they earn 1/6 the amount that men do in the gig economy. Again, so if she's got an issue, she's not got that because doesn't have as much time to give as she's the caregiver still. And over half of those women gigging are doing dog sitting and childcare. That means she's getting a wage she could have gotten in high school before she had all that college debt. We cannot let that stand. So we challenged ourselves and said, can we do better than dog sitting and childcare? Hell yes, we can, right? Mm-hmm. We can make a business because that is like really difficult to be totally flexible. Like when you have to be physically present, it's really hard to be like address free, location free, do it on my phone, do it on the go, which is really the life that people want. That's her ability to care for the people that she loves and her ability to do it the way that she wants to, right? The power of choice along with financial fierceness leads to happiness for women, our goal. That's how we define success. So we reinvented, and we're rolling out social retail with a lot of market research, which I've always done as an entrepreneur, is that when I have this little seed in my head, and I just have this feeling, like I know something's gotta change, we gotta go figure out what it is, and I just go talk to people. I talk to like 1 million people of every type of person and run all kinds of crazy ideas by them, and it iterates and it iterates. And finally, it got to this place that is so obvious. Now I'm gonna tell you what it is, and it's gonna be like Wedding Channel, where the concept of Wedding Channel is like, so instead of walking into a store and going to a kiosk to find someone's gift registry, it's just gonna be online, and you're gonna look it up by couple, and it's all gonna be in one place. Like, is that not the most obvious thing? Like, why would you not want that? And that's why it works, because it's so obvious. To me, where we are is like, it's that obvious. It's like, why doesn't it all work this way? So even for our community where it feels like change, people were initially like, what are we doing? And now they're like, yeah, of course, option, right? Option value is a thing. So here's how it works. You get to share what you love and get paid. We pay people instead of for ads and stores. Why? Because customers are influenced by personal and authentic recommendations from people they trust. They no longer want to look at a glossy ad, and even big influencers, like they know that they're paid, so it doesn't have the same conversion and credibility. If it's someone they know, or they know someone who knows them, and it's someone they relate to, like, you look like me, you think like me, that is how people actually transact. So why not pay the people driving the value of the transaction? People showroom in how they see goods. They're very comfortable shopping in person from a sample and having it shipped to them, or online and knowing that they could just return it if they don't like it. So we have a whole new world that we can live in. The other thing that I think is really profoundly different is that today, if you thought about how we started, it was like, here is this product category, here is the message, here's the rules, 1, 2, 3, you do this. The world and generationally shifted. People don't want a playbook, they want authenticity. They want choice. So if you look at today, how people are influenced on how they buy their purchases, it's actually much more natural and more authentic to be able to recommend across the category goods than it is just one. Because we're not the brand, you're the brand.
Yeah.
That is why we needed to just be open-minded to a whole new change and a whole new world of saying, this is how you decide how you sell. You decide how you share, but you do it without sacrificing too much. Because I go back to where I started when people ask me for business advice, and I was like, I haven't got the answer. Because I think it only looks good on TV, not in real life. I want to make sure that the business advice is real and it looks good in real life. And if you ask people what they want today, they want, I want to start a business where I make stuff and then I sell it online. Maybe it's an Etsy business. I want to be an influencer and I want to earn money by sharing a link. I want to have an online store and I want to do this. Here's the problem. Okay, let's take influencer. You get 4 to 7% commission, which you get in 37 days from now. You don't control algorithms. You have to create all your own content. The amount, 82% of Instagram's 1 billion monthly users have under 5,000 followers. Okay, that's the every woman. You cannot do any kind of conversion math where that's going to turn into a real bill and a right now money. So if I'm in a situation, I need some money, we pay up to 40% commission and you get paid weekly. Okay, that is critical in terms of it making it work economically for people. This other thing can be awesome, and don't get me wrong, like I don't want to discourage any influencers, it's great. And if you want to do that, it's kind of like wanting to be an actress, like go for it, but recognize you're gonna have to be a waitress while you're becoming an actress. And because it takes a long time to make it, and not everyone's gonna make it. Okay, so that's kind of that thing. Think about crafting and selling those handmade goods online. This one gets me. Great if you want to come up with the idea, source the goods, spend all night making it, ship it out, and compete your wage down to $2 per hour because the people pricing it are just sort of making it lower and lower to compete. That's a rough way to go and not going to be applicable to the every woman. The online store, right? Are you going to buy the inventory? Are you going to pay the credit card processing fees? Are you going to spend the time to run it and you do the business license? And like that's a lot to take on. The boutique. Are you going to sign the lease and have the employees and work 7 days a week? Right? So we wanted to make sure that this comes without sacrificing too much. So we knew we had the idea right when we went out and did the market research where people told us this approach, social retail, is the ultimate side hustle where the gig thing can also be a full-time thing. You can earn $100 a week. You can earn $100 a month based on the hours you put in. It's all efforts in, results out. And you can do this where you earn $500 a month, $1,000 a month. That's the most common goal. People come to us. They want to do this part-time from their phone. They want to earn $250 because it adds up to extras. But there are other people that want to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And you can, because it's all up to you. And when we tested this, 44% more appealing than other side gigs combined. So when you looked at all the comparisons I just made, affiliate marketing, online store, social retail, we tested against our own existing go-to-market strategy and showed them that enrollment at 44% more appealing. What was it? The power of choice, right? And it just makes like so perfect sense, right? So you're like feeling that one? So this was why we're so excited and why this business works for you. 20-40% get paid weekly, fast cash, right? That's always better to have it now. You don't, a link is not enough. You can't just think you're gonna have a link and then all of a sudden the people are gonna come. We give you value-added tools like the shoppable app that we are releasing in November. It is a you have an app, you can drag and drop from all categories and create a shoppable inspiration board that you can text or share to social or post on Facebook. What that does is you're adding value to the customer. I might say, this is the makeup look I recommend for you. This is the skincare that you need for your skin type. This is the outfit you want for your upcoming spring break. This is the personalized holiday gifts you're going to want for your family. This is a gift of cross categories of things that are going to check off all your gift lists, from your mother-in-law to your teenage daughter. So you're adding value, because that's the thing. It's not enough just to have a good platform and like, what's in it for the customer, right? How is this service not spam? And so we empower our people with content that you can not have to spend all your time creating, but yet you can customize and make real, so that the authentic and personalized recommendation is awesome. And that drives amazing conversion, which is money in your pocket, and that is when we are happy. So you don't have to do it all, right? I remember the days when my dad was doing all the computer development, I was doing all the shipping, doing all the making, and like, I gotta tell you something, that's not fun. It is fun, but in like a sadist, masochistic kind of way. Like, it's not really sustainable and scalable. So imagine where you don't have to do the customer support on your own. You don't have to process the returns. You don't have to sign up for a merchant bank fee. Like, we got it. We got it. And we're going to train you on social media and time mastery. The other thing I think about with women in the gig economy is, what about professional growth and learning? If we're changing this employee contract where people don't work for a place for a long time, then what's the, and because people change jobs more often, they work in a more like freelance sort of environment, even beyond the gig economy, how is she getting personal development? How is she affording that and getting it on a regular basis? Because the world keeps changing. So you have to keep growing to be relevant. We're changing to be relevant. But that is actually, a business isn't a business. It's a community of people. And when they grow, when you grow people, you grow a business. When you grow people, you make an impact in the world with your mission. And so we really believe that it's not just the earn, it's the learn. And that's our passion. So you will see the accessibility we offer to a slew of training. And it isn't just about like, okay, yes, we offer product training for everybody that wants to know the ingredients and the clinicals in Ever, so that you can know that. And we offer training for designers on how to use our virtual mock-up tool. And in STEM, we offer styling tips on how to simply be chic with 3 steps and tips. But the training underneath it all is about financial management and how you build money and save it and invest it. About time mastery. How can you capture moments in your day and be more efficient? About emotional intelligence. How do you learn to quiet fears and insecurities in your mind and be more powerful and strong? Right? That's our platform, because that's our community, is lifting you up in all those ways. Oh, and then there's also a lot of perks, like going on a trip to Italy, because that's awesome. And you can learn about wine there. and how great Lake Como is, and possibly George Clooney. So we do a lot of other really fun stuff, because humans are emotional. And we don't want you just to be in this world where it's all about logic and plans and goals. We want to make it fun and awesome on the way there. Why wouldn't you, right? So that means that we have all kinds of things. You are earning product every month. You are earning freebies. You're getting to shop new arrivals at up to 75% off as an exclusive deal for a brand ambassador. So yes, this means you can share style and have absolutely no interest in ever selling skincare. But what if you got your skincare for free? What if you're a casual seller that only does a little bit, but actually gets to swap in their commission for credit and gets to fund their own style habit? All right, and that's an incredible tool. What if you're doing it for a little bit and you want to stay and do it more and longer because your average order size can go up? We have a tool in our skincare brand where it's totally no gotcha. Like, it's all about just like Amazon and easy ship if you want that. I do that with my branch chain amino acids. And you can cancel at any time. We offer that for our skincare. And people get credit to come back and shop with if they want. And all of our Ever specialists like, oh my gosh, so she's gonna take her $22. She's not just gonna get a lipstick. She knows how to shop at Nordstrom's. She's gonna fill up that cart. Like, even if I didn't change a thing, my orders would go up. My community would do better and earn more. So it's such an exciting concept when you start to think about it. So today, as you look around, you're gonna get to see how beautiful the brands are. Okay, who here is part of Style & Dot? Oh, hello everybody. Are you loving this style right now?
Yes.
How do you feel about that brand book and where we are from a product point of view? Phenomenal, right? Authentic design, versatility, affordability, socially conscious produced, size inclusive, incredible point of view on style, like amazing, right? And cross-category is just crushing it. That is a play on words because we are introducing SKUs in our Crush It carry-on that are blowing away, in our reversible bomber that are blowing away SKU sales that we've ever had before. That is just showing incredible momentum and is strong getting better. And then what about Ever? Who here uses or shares Ever? Exciting, right? By the way, if there's any sisters north of the border, we got some good news coming your way. There's one clap in the back. You must know what you're doing. Like, really good news coming your way. And the exciting thing about Ever, which I couldn't be, I am over 29. 29 and a half. So I assure you, we are not producing skincare that does not work. Like, natural, yes, but you can rub an avocado on your face. Unless I see before and afters with clinical results, I think women are just gonna keep going for goods. And we do not use scare tactic marketing to suggest to you that this ingredient is bad when you actually look at the science and there is none. Or it's like the difference of saying alcohol is bad for you, but so don't use rubbing alcohol on a cut. It makes no sense scientifically, right? Or synthetics are bad, and aspirin is a synthetic. So we don't use scare tactic marketing. What we do is only ingredients allowed in the EU, strictest ban, and we do not release a product until we have shockingly mind-blowing results. And the before and afters speak for themselves because we're not interested in selling you something because of the pretty packaging and the Allure Best of Beauty awards, which we like, but we want you to see and people to notice and for you to repeat because that's a smart business. So we have these power SKUs and what we just launched with our Youthful, can I just say, it oversold last year by 2.5 times and it is an indication of what's to come. It's launching on Monday. The before and afters are off the charts. And I want to share with you for sure what makes that happen. This whole team, you go hire experts from the beauty industry. Right? As an entrepreneur, I didn't go know how to do everything and everything. I didn't know anything about weddings. I didn't know anything about fashion when I started this. But I went and found somebody who did. And because of our mission, I went out and recruited the best. That's how businesses are built. Not because you've been in that industry forever, but you go find people who have. So that product team is completely separate. They work with experts. They all come from the biggest and the best brands. And you know why they're here? They want to be challenged to do something better than they've ever been done before, and they want to serve our mission. And they know the traditional models are going to sleep. Department store traffic is declining. Yes, all the existing brands are trying to look for a way of a new channel. You want to know what that new channel is? Social retail. It's you. It's power to the people. It's pay the people for their authentic recommendation when they have choice. And then there's Keep Collective, which is expanding, and I love our amazing new Chief Brand Officer, Jordan Bell. She came from running a $1 billion category at Pottery Barn. And it's funny because I am a sucker for sentiment. I cry during Hallmark commercials. And as my husband likes to tell everybody, the movie Armageddon, but I thought it was very touching. And I have two girls, right? The one that I was pregnant with when we started, had a sister shortly thereafter. And I think about how much time I have with them at home. And I think about what are our traditions? What are they going to remember? What's going to be warm and fuzzy for them? Is it my lasagna or our ritual of me making little turkey-shaped cinnamon rolls for Thanksgiving? And so for their holidays, I decided to decorate their rooms. And I go into Pottery Barn and buy the pillows to swap on their bed. And so to me, that kind of decor isn't about, and meaning, it's really about memories and keepsakes and family and moments. And whether you're celebrating your faith, your passions, your intentions, having jewelry that symbolizes meaning, carrying that extension into the home with accessories and accents is really, really powerful to me. It's keeping gratitude present. It's having you focused on love and intention and keep us doing that bigger and broader than ever. Are you guys excited for what you're seeing over there? Yes. Coming for the holiday? Adorable, right? Yeah. And again, it's not something you can get in Pottery Barn because you can engrave the leather. You can personalize it. You get a virtual rendering from a designer who on her mobile phone can do a little visual representation of a stack of bracelets or anything that she's customizing and text it to you. So it's the personal service in every single part that differentiates why we are the leader in personalization is because we offer service along with the sale. So you decide, when we started, we were, and I think someone asked me this, I'm gonna answer this question. How did I know we were gonna bring the brands together and do this social retail platform and go invest $100 million in technology over the last 3 years? Because when we started, we were very much a pop-up in the living room business, and we always had e-commerce. So there was always extra orders coming in from online, but I've been to some of your living rooms, and I remember when your 2 daughters were little, right? We did that maybe 10 years ago, and it's awesome, and I love that. I love that experience. And our sellers today, FYI, absolutely do pop-ups. They do events, they have personal service, but they also go on their Insta story. They also have a VIP group on Facebook. They also do all kinds of other things in order with collabing with other people and share their product in really sophisticated ways. We have people that only do online and they do great, and we have people that only do in person and they do great. So the idea of you do you is with creating one powerful platform. And here I really want you to think of our stuff as like Shopify. Does anybody know what Shopify is? You're probably a customer of it all the time. You walk into your local boutique on your main street, Shopify is powering their checkout. You go online to a website that like sells dog food, Shopify is powering their e-commerce site. You go to another site that's like a totally different category of like kids education, also Shopify. That's how you need to think of the S&D social commerce platform, right? Social retail is you pick how you sell, what you sell, but you have the tools to make sure that you're adding customer value every single step of the way. So when I saw trends about several years ago, and I'm sure many of you will remember Jeff Bezos, if he ever talks about the insight that made him start Amazon, right, as a bookseller, and like look at it today, he was looking at the growth rate of the internet usage and e-commerce. And it might have been like nothing at that moment, but because of the rate of growth, he sort of extrapolated out and said, oh my gosh, in 10 years, this is gonna be huge. Several years ago, we saw our sales shift from online to in-person starting to go like this. And you could see the rate of change was going to be huge. So 3 years ago, you could say, yeah, we're all in person today, or we're largely in person today. But if it keeps going at this rate, you really better recreate the business and the customer experience. Because when I'm in person, it's awesome. I get wine, I get cookies, I see it, I play with it, it's great. When I'm online, like, what's in it for the customer? How is it not just spam? How is it not just posting on Facebook and praying, and it's just lost in the sea of like generic stuff? And then they change the algorithm, and then where are you, right? And that's declined and impacted a lot of businesses. Like there are memes and videos mocking that, right? But if we were to invest in creating a shoppable Pinterest, reinventing what social tools look like, adding value to the customer, bringing together the brands, we're back with customer value. So that's why we knew we had to reinvent and change. Mission remains, solution, change. And it's here now, and I'm kind of dying. Dying with excitement. So when you go to enroll, it's gonna start to feel like this, right? We always had like you buy a product kit, and you're still gonna be able to do that, right? Absolutely the same as you can today. But you can also just think about pulling out your phone, enrolling in a few steps, personalizing your profile, starting to share the products you love, and earning cash in minutes. It's that easy to start a way to earn extra income, to fund your passions with us. And then you get to connect and grow because you can tap into our social channels. You have this powerful app that prompts you to take action and gives you all kinds of learning and lets you know what to share and connects you to a community and rewards you and celebrates you. And you get to do it your way, right here too, and pick which product bundles you add. They're optional. They're up to a 60% discount because we don't want to make money on our brand ambassadors. We're a company that makes money on customers, right? The customers. So brand ambassadors that work it, they work the perks like crazy, and they get stuff free. They get stuff at great discounts because we want them to go on and be successful in their ability to earn extra income. So you'll see the preferences that roll out to you no matter what brand you enroll with today. And if some of you are going to enroll today, I think we're going to play a happy song. There is incredible gifts, right? You're getting our $159 partnership with Swarovski to do a breast cancer awareness beautiful piece that's over there, free in your product kit, like through the end of September. So it's a run, don't walk situation for enrollment. And you already get like incredible value anyway, right, when you sign up. But no matter what you enroll with, you're going to be automatically upgraded at no extra cost to our social retail platform in January. which will open up an unfiltered world to share and earn across our entire product catalog, as well as redeem your incentives and perks across all those different categories. And you're not gonna have to wait forever to benefit. We want, like, holiday season, right after this, Sam is gonna start training on, like, how do we get you your goal? Like, what's your income goal? $250 a month, 500, 1,000, debt-free holiday, vacation? Fantastic. We're gonna get into how you work this season, which is high for retail everywhere, right now with what you've got, and earn. We're not gonna wait for the benefit of cross-brand sales lift, because the people who have enrolled in multiple brands, guess how much they sell compared to the people who are in one brand? 6 times more. And we make it hard today. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's a proof point right there. 44% more appealing, 6 times more in sales. Totally aligned with new vision, right? And how people shop and customer purchasing preferences, right? Amazing. And so we're putting out a 250 SKU assortment of a cross-brand ultimate holiday edit, which is over there. You can ooh and ah. Watch my Insta story so you can see it. I guess it shares on my Facebook so you guys can watch too. And you'll see, like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So that you can be in the business of getting it for yourself at a discount, giving it to others as a gift during the season, or if you want to, sharing it and earning more. And then in 2020, Vision 2020, we start to see this whole new world that I think will change an industry. No doubt, just like we went and did social selling, and everybody's changed and called themselves social selling, I will be happy when they copy us again. You wanna know why? Because we're in it for the mission. And if other people step up to lose forced pyramids and all the ick that we are departing from, if we've never been a part of, and we don't like, good. If we move to making a better investment in socially conscious product, stop ripping off other people's designs, start putting out a customer-worthy brand, good. Better for women in the world, right? Better for customers, better for the earth and how they produce. So bring it. But I'm gonna tell you what is gonna be at the forefront of our mind as we do this is SD for all. That doesn't just mean the power of choice of whatever your product passion is or whatever your preference is on if you sell online or in person. It is gonna be about inclusivity of all women and men, right? It is about, I don't care what your color is, your size, your age, you do you and you do it here and we're better together, right? That's what we believe. We want to be a more diverse community. I look around our community the last 10 years, not diverse enough. That cannot stand. We all have to work together to do it differently and do it better so that every single woman feels comfortable here. Because every single woman deserves the extra income she needs that puts choice in her life. Because on some random Tuesday, life can change. And that's the day you need to be able to have an instant way to support yourself and the people you love. And with that, that's our mission. Now we get to just go have fun. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and being here on this Saturday.